I really want to demystify a lot for first-time home buyers so they're ready and they know what to expect when they are looking for a place. And I brought with me my wonderful friend, and also she's amazing loan officer.
Oh, thank you.
And me and my family on the START team have worked with Brenda for about 30 years. It's something like that. We won't even count. Right?
Yeah, let's not count the
and we're just gonna, and so you can help me a lot on demystifying the home process.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, first thing first that I'll say is every home buyer thinks that the first thing you have to do is put down 20% down payment. And we know that that's not true. I was just talking to somebody the other day and I said I could get you into a house after I reviewed their qualifications for $1. I mean, when it's all done and said, $1. So you don't need 20% down. You just need to be able to qualify for a first-time home buyer down payment assistance program that will require 0 down. Perhaps we can cover closing costs, and in some cases, even the prepaid items, which are the taxes and insurance. So we've got all kinds of programs. You do not need 20%. That's myth number one. The other thing is everybody thinks that they won't qualify. I've got to save up my money, or do I make enough, and so on. So I always like to debunk that right off the bat. And the best way to do it, I mean, sure, we could talk on the phone and do all that, guesswork, but I like to get the application in and remove all doubt.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah. And that makes it so much easier. If they're wondering if they're qualified, they can just talk to you. And if somebody can do it, you can do it.
Yes.
Because not everybody can do it. You have a little magic touch,
that too.
Magic wand with all your experience. You know how to get something through. And also your response time on getting things through and working with you is just speedy. One thing you've got to know, once you start looking for property, first thing I would do when I'm meeting a client is I set up a search and I find out their criteria, and then the loan officer helps me maybe come up with a budget.
Right.
What price point are we looking?
Right.
And then we find out what areas, what price point, and what's realistic. And then we start looking, and it's there's no rush. There's no rushing people. I think that's what I always want to tell people is you don't have to rush. That's another myth.
Yeah, everybody thinks you're going to get high pressure.
I don't expect somebody to decide after 3 houses like they show on the TV shows. They look at 3 houses and then they just make a decision.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that one's a little too big.
That doesn't really happen. Well, sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's only happened to me I think once. Yeah. But most people look for a while. But and usually if you're a first-time home buyer, you really want to learn a lot about houses, a lot about what's in the house, the quality of the house, the age of the house. And age isn't a problem. I mean, some people have really cared for homes and you can see that care. And sometimes you want to fix her because you want to save money. So there's all kinds of options out there.
Right, and that's where you come in. That's your expertise. And then my expertise is, of course, getting them ready for you. So that works out great.
And getting them qualified. And then also, one thing you do, which not all lenders do, is direct underwriting. Can you explain that?
Oh, yeah, that's great. I mean, first of all, we're a direct lender. New American Funding is a direct lender, and that means we have all our own money. So I love saying I have all the money. That's great. That's why they call me Brenda the Lenda, because I have our money. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what it basically means, one of the key things that we have that a lot of the big banks don't, the corporate red tape and all that, is that we have our underwriter right on site. So we submit the loan through the normal channels, and then once we get the feedback, it's usually good, but if there's questions, I can go directly to the underwriter right there. We get it underwritten as a pre-approval, and then you're set. I mean, when they find a house and they want it, it's a done deal, pretty much.
And I don't think people understand direct underwriting. So pre-approval is just a letter. It's more rough. You haven't really made sure they're 100% qualified.
Right.
You talk to them and they told you, okay, I make about this much, I do this. You give them some rough estimates, and then you come up with a pre-approval letter.
Right.
But a direct underwriting is so much more powerful. And we're in California. We're in a California competitive market.
Definitely.
And I really want to set people up for success. I mean, I just had a client, I looked at several places, and they didn't want to make an offer on this place. They said, oh my God, there's so many people making offers on this place. There was 10 offers. And they were, actually, it was the one we worked together on, the one that we just did in Foothill Ranch.
Yes.
And they were afraid to make an offer. I'm like, it doesn't hurt to make an offer.
Right.
It can't hurt. And we got it.
Because we're strong, because we have direct underwriting, and we will make sure it's underwritten first, so that we skip that step. Once the offer's accepted, we almost kind of skip that step because it's already been underwritten completely with any caveats that need to pop up. We take care of them ahead of time, but it's done. It's a done deal. And that's why we can compete with cash offers, because cash offers can close in 8 to 10 business days, and so can we.
And that's very rare again.
Yeah.
And when you have the direct underwriting, you can close quicker. And that might mean nothing in certain situations, but in some situations where the people who are selling are very motivated to move, or they're already moved into another state already, and those closing,
want to get the heck out of
they're going
Dodge.
to pay mortgage. They're paying their mortgage, so the transition. I mean, they might want extra transition. They might want extra time to stay in the house to move, or they might already be gone, and they want to transition as fast as possible. And those little things we do, and
that makes a big difference too,
Yeah.
because I mean, there's some sellers that are like, I want to close before my next mortgage payment's due. I mean, just little things like that that you just don't think about.
And those are the questions you ask. And those are the questions I ask when I'm talking to another agent who's a selling agent. I really want them to know that I'm asking questions because I'm concerned about making the transition as smooth as possible.
Right.
So you need help with the best real estate team in Southern California, give us a call and we will help you navigate all your real estate needs.
And I'll help you with all your buyer's needs.